Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. In this special presentation, I want to cover 10 of the most underrated cryptocurrencies as we move into 2018. Now 2017 has been a phenomenal year. A number of coins we've covered on the channel are since up hundreds if not thousands of percent. Now keep in mind that this isn't going to be an exhaustive list. With more than 2,000 cryptocurrencies out there, there's obviously more than 10 that can be considered underrated, so let me know in the comments below if your favourite coin doesn't make this list. But I've chosen 10 coins from a variety of industries solving a mix of real world problems that I believe are going to deliver terrific returns in 2018. Now a lot of the coins that I'm about to mention I have covered in greater detail, so check those videos out if you want more information. Before we jump into the top 10, I've got 3 honorable mentions, 3 quality coins that didn't quite make the list that have had a lot of attention recently. The first one's Power Ledger. ICO'd at under 10 cents, it's now trading at over $1, decentralized energy trading platform. Next year they're going to start doing asset germination to decentralize ownership of renewable energy projects. There's rumors of Tesla getting involved. I think this is a huge project that continues to grow throughout next year. The next one's NEM. This one's been around for ages. It's always working hard in the background, penning deals throughout Asia. Recently the deal with WeChat in China. It's an enterprise grade blockchain that's going to continue to do good things and working hard in the background. It's gone from 20 cents in the last few weeks to over $1 recently. Golem, the worldwide supercomputer, decentralizing processing power. Look, they've had a number of setbacks. Keep in mind we're dealing with bleeding edge technology. This one's since put out brass Golem updates. It's gone from under 20 cents to over 75 cents, and one that I continue to expect big things from in 2018. So let's dive into the top 10. And again, my criteria are coins that are rarely spoken about on social media. They don't get hyped a lot. They're tackling a variety of problems in real world industries, and I believe that they're not on a lot of people's radars. The first one is Maker. Now Maker is building this DAI token decentralized stablecoin. Now you're all aware of the issues surrounding Tether. We've seen the conspiracy theories about Tether getting printed out of thin air. DAI is going to be the new stablecoin of the future. I believe we're going to see exchanges list all coins in terms of DAI. I picture Maker as the gateway between the real world and the blockchain world, where everything's going to be tokenized in the future. And Maker is the governance token to this project, while DAI is the stablecoin that doesn't change in value. Maker's already grown from $250 when I first recommended this coin to over $1,000 recently, but I believe this coin is huge and can have an enormous market cap as the financial world gets involved in 2018. The next one is Digex, so gold-backed cryptocurrency. Now this one's got a market cap of 300 million, but 375 million worth of Ethereum in the bank. That to me is a no-brainer that this one is underrated and undervalued. Now DGD is the governance token. Again, that's going to give us a percentage of rewards, collect a dividend of sorts, as well as governance to vote on the direction of the platform. There's only 2 million DGG tokens in existence. It's scarce. That DGX token, the gold-backed cryptocurrency, is going to see huge real-world demand, particularly from institutions, I believe, next year. And as that is traded and more people use DGX, that's going to put up the intrinsic value of the DGD token even further. Now they've recently completed the auditing process. They're continuing to tick boxes. They're going to roll this one out in 2018 after a few setbacks, and I expect huge things from this team next year. The next one is 0x. Now they're building this decentralized protocol for decentralized exchanges to all be built on top of. So we've seen the issues with exchanges this year. Closures, delays, hacks. Just take a look at all these exciting projects that are building on top of the 0x protocol. That 0x token, it's going to have intrinsic value. The more it's used, the wider it's used. Ethfinex, Radar Relay, Melonport, Maker I just mentioned, Augur, Status, Aragon, District X, absolutely huge projects, and one that's on no one's radar yet, DYDX, building decentralized options and derivatives for the crypto market. So all these projects using 0x are going to give it intrinsic value. I think this market cap grows hugely throughout 2018. The next one on this list is Nexus. So building the decentralized internet for us all to use. This is a quantum resistant blockchain, a 3D blockchain. What's not to love about, space rockets, cube satellites, mesh networks? We're all going to have a decentralized internet. We know how the governments around the world are cracking down on net neutrality. This is going to be the internet that we can all use. Their mission statement, Jim and Colin Cantrell, want to make the world a better place. What is not to love about this project? I think this one garners a lot of hype next year as more people discover it and they roll out upgrades on their roadmap. Next one on the list is Funfair. So they're building a provably fair online gambling model. Now, what sets this one apart from all the other projects tackling the online gaming industry is their Fate channel technology. So the Ethereum blockchain is starting to get, it's too slow to play online games that require you to click every second to settle those transactions on the main chain. So they've developed this Fate channel off-chain, similar to the Lightning Network technology that's going to set them apart from their competitors. They've got the best team with years of experience. They recently reduced the total supply of Funfair tokens. Funfair tokens going to have intrinsic value as they continue to get burnt. They're used to pay developers for white labeling as they outsource and let others use their technology. I think this one is an absolute home run. I can't wait to use this myself next year. Next on the list is QuantStamp, the protocol for securing smart contracts. Now, we've all seen how many hacks there's been in the world of Ethereum this year. Even established projects like Parity have had issues. So for projects to be able to come out and say, we've run our code through the QuantStamp protocol and it meets these standards and these conditions, these criteria, that's going to be huge for proving to people that your project and code is secure. Now, this is all going to be cost effective. That QSP token is used on their platform, giving it intrinsic value. I can't wait to see what this one does next year. How many projects are built on top of Ethereum, and I think a lot of them are going to want to be audited using technology like QuantStamp. The next one is Enigma. Now, the first iteration of this decentralized data marketplace that they're building is Enigma Catalyst. So they're building these decentralized trading platforms where you can use all the data, the flow of information to formulate trading strategies and build your own micro hedge fund. People can see how your hedge fund is performing and then invest in it themselves. So revolutionizing the use of data in crypto trading. So I think this one is going to be absolutely huge next year. The team itself is full of MIT graduates. Enigma is going to break into plenty of other industries. Enigma Catalyst, as I mentioned, is just the first iteration of what's possible with the collection of data that they're doing and the privacy-based nature of the platform. So we're up to the top three now. Number 3 is Modem. So that mod token, these guys are tackling supply chain logistics. The first industry that they're going for is the pharmaceutical industry. You guys know this one's close to my heart, being a pharmacist. There's regulations in the EU, conditions that have to be met for these supply chain logistics, that these cheap sensors that they can manufacture can ensure that all the conditions are met. So they're going to break into a number of other industries further down the road. I think this is going to have huge intrinsic value. It's currently only got a market cap of around $40 million. The mod token itself allows you to share in the profits of this project as well. They've got a working product, a great team. They're solving a real world problem already. It's only going to grow. They've got fantastic partnerships. I think this one is going to be huge in 2018 as they roll out more user-friendly interfaces. Number 2, Ether Party. Now, similar to QuantStamp, I see Ethereum and smart contracts being everywhere. We all know that people are banking on smart contracts changing the way we live our lives, but Ether Party are breaking down the barriers to entry. So simplifying smart contracts through their creator tools so that anyone without a programming background can start to write their own legally binding contracts, as well as create their own token, do crowdfunding, supply chain management needs. All this stuff is going to be rolled out on their roadmap next year, but the part I'm most excited about is enterprise API solutions. So existing businesses can now, with the click of a button with their drop and drag technology they plan on rolling out, move their current business model to these new blockchain-based business models to improve the efficiency of their business. So this is going to be huge. It's going to be all working along in the background. simplifying smart contracts for the average person to use, as well as enterprise grade business solutions. So number one, the most undervalued cryptocurrency out there, in my opinion, is Horizon State. So this one only has a market cap of $10 million. Redesigning democracy. Think about all the real world problems this is solving. We've seen corruption in elections. We've seen expensive plebiscites in Australia, the marriage equality vote that cost $120 million to mail out and collect and count. This is going to reduce the cost of voting, tenfold. They've already got a working product, My Vote. This has been their passion project for years. Jamie Skeller and the Australian team behind this one. They're redesigning democracy. Voting is just the first iteration, application of what's possible with that Horizon State decision token and their app. Think about changing the entire decision-making process for corporations, governments, councils, educations. The list goes on about how they can change the world, and any instance of blockchain technology making the world a fairer and better place. I think you would agree that this one is absolutely a home run. I see that $10 million market cap growing to at least $100 million throughout 2018, if not a lot more. So guys, please share this video around with your favorite groups and social medias. Hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this list, and let me know the coins, tokens, and projects that you also believe are underrated and undervalued. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Cheers.